And why I'm still awake. And he says, I've got you written in a black book by the railroad track. You see, I know your fate. And I said, you've got to listen.
Fans at the main stage, it is my honor. Let's please welcome the Diesel Brothers.
Check.
Bikes are ready to go. The Diesel Brothers are ready to go. These fans, this experience, Heavy D, let's start with you. What are you thinking when you see all these fans in this great experience here?
Man, I was nervous. I got to be honest with you. When I heard they were moving finals to Orlando, I thought, why mess with a good thing? It's so good in Vegas. It works so well there. Until we got down here, and everything about Orlando is literally perfect for World Finals. Everything from, being sea level, the truck, our truck personally runs significantly better. The fans, I didn't realize how many Monster Jam fans are actually right down here. Obviously, this is the home of Monster Jam, Florida, and you can tell. So I love it. It was a good move, and I am pumped because that track is one of the most enjoyable tracks I've ever been on in my life.
Now, Diesel Dave, I had the pleasure of watching you go head-to-head against Heavy D on our Stadium 2 series. I mean, what was it like competing? I mean, you guys have been competing forever, but here on the stage of Monster Jam, what was that like, competing against each other?
Oh, this is unbelievable. I mean, we have our rivalry since day one. We got our brotherly rivalry, and racing against him every time pushes me to my limits, and I think I like to say I do the same for him. We've had a blast, and there's no easy way of sugarcoating that. We will always push the limits. We're going to drive the wheels off that truck every time, and we're going to do it for you, Monster Jam fans. That's what we do. What's up, Orlando? Always wanted to say that.
Speaking of running the wheels off the Monster Jam truck, in our season, Stadium Championship Series number 2, Heavy D, you kicked it off in Tampa and took home that overall event championship. What message did you send to the rest of the drivers, not only on your tour, but the rest that you're competing here tonight? Hey, he's for real? What was the message?
Well, listen, I got to tell you, the day of that event in Tampa, I had this feeling, and I even told my wife, I said, babe, I got a good feeling about this, and I probably shouldn't feel this confident, but I got a really good feeling about winning tonight. And she's like, all right, well, you're probably going to win then. She believes whatever I tell her, which is she supports me. I got that same feeling, guys. I got that same feeling down here in World Finals. I'm feeling good. Maybe I'll win, maybe I won't, but I got that feeling.
Now, also, you guys said last summer, I saw it on NBC with our new Monster Jam home on TV, you guys said 3 drivers competing, you all had that goal of making World Finals. Diesel Dave, you guys did it. It had to be pretty amazing to actually, you all had to be consistent through the season.
Oh, this has been a dream since we were little kids to be able to come to World Finals, let alone to compete in Monster Jam World Finals. So to actually be here, it's a dream come true.
Yeah, but let me tell you though, think about how difficult it is to find 3 drivers that complement each other that well. The fact that each driver was able to continue the momentum from the previous week. I was so worried after I won Tampa, not that I don't have confidence in Colt because the guy he's an animal, but I thought, man, I really hope he can carry that momentum. And he did through the next week. He kept it up, and from that point on, I mean, there's a reason. What did we finish, 3rd or 4th? Like, that is unheard of. It should not have happened that way. A totally untested prototype truck, but the fans loved it, and that's why we're here. So thank you.
And I can't believe we actually found 3 drivers with matching beards. I mean, that's something that you don't see every day, too.
Well, Colt's not there yet. Colt's on his way. He's still got a little bit of a baby beard. But I tell you, when we first met Colt, I was like, I don't know, man. This guy, he's got a long ways to go. But he's committed to the process, and he's getting there.
He was babyface when we met him. I mean, he's grown that beard just this season, just for us.
How many Colt Stephens fans out there? Let's hear it up.
Yeah, Colt!
Yeah, there we go.
I've got to touch base. They had back-to-back freestyle wins in Anaheim. Heavy D drove on Saturday. Diesel Dave will come to you in a little bit. If you didn't see what happened, we're going to tell you about what happened on Sunday. But Heavy D, man, getting that freestyle win, that also had to be something that you had to dream of in Anaheim.
I wasn't even thinking about the freestyle win. All I wanted was that backflip. You guys had seen me struggle all season long, even through some of the shows last year, just fight after fight after fight, kept on landing upside down or on my nose or on fire, whatever it was. It just did not work until finally I made it happen, and as you could see, when I landed, I was so stoked that I kind of just blacked out, and the rest turned into a great freestyle run and a great save. And, you know, that was one of the most enjoyable times I've ever had in the truck.
And then on Sunday, you jumped off, and I want both your thoughts because you went out and did a back-to-back flip, Diesel Dave.
Yeah, that was a flipping good time. No, I was coming up short, and in my mind, I was like, oh no, I better showcase what the torque of this diesel power can do. And I just hammered down when I was upside down, and it threw me into the spin cycle. And that was a feeling I wish I could have every week.
Well, I got to tell you, when we found out Diesel Dave was going last, obviously because I had won the night before, we had a conversation with Monster Jam officials whether or not that was the right move, because you don't always want to. You don't want to take the risk of running the show, ending the show on what could potentially be a slow run or not exciting run. And so we actually had the opportunity to pass a little bit and slide further up to not have so much pressure. And I looked at Diesel Dave and I said, man, you want to do this? And he said, no, I'm taking my spot. I got this. And his run was decent. It wasn't anything amazing, but as he was coming to the end, I was like, oh man, I wish he would have taken the pass. And then magic happened. He got that double backflip or the back-to-back flip, and it was just, I don't know if you've seen the video. There's some video footage of me floating around where I got so excited I started like punching the top of the tin roof in front of me.
There's definitely some dents in it now.
Yeah, there's some dents in my arm too. I was so thrilled, and in fact, I'm still excited about it.
Well, speaking of exciting, I hear you guys got something coming up on Memorial Weekend. Is that right?
That is absolutely right. It is something we've been working on for a long, long time. And it has been a real challenge. I'm not going to lie to you. Putting all the pieces together, it turns out there's a lot of government agencies that want to get involved when you start talking about jumping over flying airplane. And so we've been working through the red tape, but we've stayed consistent. We've stayed with it. And I think our hard work's going to pay off, and it's going to put on one amazing stunt, and it's going to set a new world record. So I feel like it's time well spent.
We can take a look at the video board fans here at the main stage. You can take a peek. Little glimpse.
Heavy D here is planning a live event where he is going to jump the Brodozer over a flying airplane on Memorial Day. This is going to be the most epic stunt this world has ever seen.
Diesel Brothers Monster Jump Live, Memorial Day on Discovery.
Gotta ask you, butterflies, I know it's coming up, but
it is coming up, and when we first announced it, a lot of people said, well, monster trucks have already jumped over airplanes. Bigfoot did it back in 1999. The difference was the plane wasn't flying. It was parked. I'm not saying that wasn't a spectacular, huge jump, because it was, but the difference is our timing has to be perfect. We only have one shot at making this absolutely perfect, meaning as I go up over the jump, that plane has to come under me at the exact right moment. Otherwise, we're going to have millions of people watching live TV wondering, what did I tune in for?
But let's be honest. You have the easy job. I'm the guy that has to host 2 hours of live TV.
That is true. I'm excited to see what kind of dad jokes you come up with. It's going to be good.
I'm going to need some tips from you guys.
Well, I got a quick question for you, Heavy D. This is your first time competing at Monster Jam World Finals. So what have you been doing?
That's not true. Last year we competed in the swan dive contest into the fountain.
That's true. How could I forget?
It wasn't an official contest, but I think it was a draw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the truck, first time, yes.
What have you been doing to prepare for it all?
I haven't driven that truck since Anaheim. Since El Paso, and my El Paso run was cut short. That was over, a month and a half ago. The truck broke right at the beginning of freestyle, so I have not had a lot of seat time recently. But you know what? That's kind of good for me because this way I'm not going to overthink it. I went out, got in the truck for practice, and we made a couple small changes, and the truck is just so much faster than it was before. So much more throttle response, and I feel like the fans are going to be blown away when they see what happens. So the only thing I could do to prepare at this point is hang on.
Well, fans, that is it. Let's make some noise. A round of applause for the Diesel Brothers.
Thank you, Orlando! You heard him. Freestyle champion.
I like that prediction.